So we are going to bring Shannon into the chat in 3, 2, 1. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh wow, that was
Yes,
well,
we
yeah.
can hear you very clearly. Look at that! Wow, that worked
Sweet.
perfectly. Welcome.
Nice.
First, well, not the first on-air guest, but you were the first.
Call in.
Let's say call in guest of the podcast. So, welcome. What is the best thing that you have seen this year, and why?
Okay, so I'm going to tip my hat to Heretic just to start with.
Oh, okay.
I felt like for something for me in general that I've been missing from film, and I'm sure you guys feel the same, is character development and being able to really enjoy someone's performance. And the fact that that film was well written, but also well acted in a very simplistic environment between three individuals, and it was riveting and unique and interesting. I really enjoyed that. I also have to say that Wicked, although a musical, and I know like anyone that I've talked to that's like, it's a musical, I don't do those. I kind of explain to them, I understand, but you really need to look at it through the lens of this is a film that focuses on the character development of someone who is classically known to be evil. And there's a lot more to it than that. And I really enjoy the development of that character and just the interactions along the way. It's very entertaining. Everyone did a phenomenal job. Nobody phoned in their performances. And I look forward to part 2. That being said, though, my absolute favorite thing from this year, which really kind of dips into 2023 as well, is a TV show. So I am obsessed with Silo on Apple TV Plus.
Whoa!
I think that the casting, the premise, the way that every single episode leads you wanting more, and not just you finish the episode and you want to know more. You every minute throughout each episode, you're like, okay, this is getting more interesting and more interesting. And the way that they are facilitating and sustaining life underground for hundreds of years after whatever apocalyptic event that we still don't understand, it just becomes more and more intense. And also using a very simplistic environment, they've found many, many ways to make it intriguing and edge of your seat, fun to watch. And I just haven't seen anything like it at least in a long time. I think that Jessica Ferguson is an amazing actor in general, and her work in this is on par, if not better, than Rose the Hat or her time in Dune, which also, of course, Dune 1 and 2, amazing.
It's Rebecca Ferguson. You're thinking of Lady Jessica.
Yeah, Lady Jessica. Yeah, Rebecca Ferguson. Tim Robinson, another amazing actor in it.
Yeah. Even in season 1, Rashida Jones, right?
Yeah, Rashida Jones,
I have
exactly.
not watched season 2 yet, but yeah, David Oyelowo, right? Yeah.
Yep, and like you said, season 2 is ongoing. One of my exciting little things, and Sean, you can understand from our childhood, but Steve Zahn is in season 2, and he has been absolutely incredible. Yes.
Is it a White Level? Is it a White Lotus level performance? Because I thought he was fantastic in season 1 of White Lotus. He was so.
It's a completely different character, so it's hard to compare the two. What I will say though is, for what I don't want to do too many spoilers, but for what his character is, he plays it absolutely perfectly, and he is the perfect cast for it. Basically, we come upon him in a situation where he has been alone for a very long time. And he is both kind and gentle and sweet, but also very protective and confused. So you'll have moments of clarity with him where he's happy to be around someone, and then he just switches on a dime into panic mode of, are you really here with me, or am I, because it's been a long time. And it's a very intense, deep character that has light moments and very heavy moments.
Yeah.
And he does a fantastic job of it. But I just can't say enough about it. And I feel like Apple TV originals may not get the hype that they deserve. Some of them, not so great. But when they have hits on their hands, they're fantastic.
Mhm.
And I think Silo deserves a shout out because anyone that likes riveting TV would love this. You don't
Mhm.
have to like sci-fi. You don't have to like post-apocalyptic. It's kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different things. But you know, there's a constant driving force of wanting to know what the hell is going on, but it feeds you entertainment and a good time while you're waiting. You don't feel frustrated. You're looking forward to hearing what's going on. And like, that's what I really love about it. So that's my number one. I will say though, I am extremely looking forward to and excited about Nosferatu. That
Oh, yeah.
cast and that movie and what went into it, just from what I have been able to learn, is extremely exciting to me. And I'm just very excited to see that. So that may, in terms of film, be my favorite. Heretic has that for now. And again, just because you get viewership, I just want everyone that appreciates film and TV. If you haven't seen Silo, I really recommend it heavily.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was a ton of incredible stuff on Apple.
Yeah.
Even like obviously Severance, and then
Mhm.
you know, that's coming back soon. And I really loved For All Mankind on there. And then
Yep.
obviously the first shows was the morning show.
Did
which
you watch
Yeah.
Did you watch Harrison Ford and Jason Segel?
Oh, Shrinking. Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I know season 1 was good. I know.
Yeah, that's another one I
season
have to
2
get
is-
back on season 2. Yeah.
Season 2 is iffy, maybe.
Yeah. My free year with my iPad ran out, so I have to
Oh,
get
yeah.
back in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you so much for all of your thoughts on the Apple shows and everything like that. And for Silo, which is really, really good pick. And probably going to be in the next Emmy season, probably going to have a lot more Emmy nominations, just like the first season. But yeah, thank you so much for calling in. And if we have a different topic next week, we hope to hear from you again.
No problem. Good to see you guys back. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thanks. All right, welcome to On the Show. And for anybody who's watching right now, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. We're going to be doing, you know, if you want to call in later in the show, we'll make it probably quicker than the first 2 calls that we did. Just because we do have to talk about 2 shows. But I just put the link back in the chat, so if anybody wants to join still, you are more than welcome to, and we will definitely get to you. But for now, Shelly, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show, I should say, because it was 2 years ago that you were on for our Christmas celebration episode, which was led to a very, very humorous thumbnail. What is the best thing that you have seen this year, and why?
Well, I guess, like, especially now, the thing that would probably be Wicked, but everybody knows that already, I think. So I'm going to go the TV end on this one. And I'm just going to say, you know, I was a huge WandaVision fan, and I know TJ was too, and everything. And, you know, Loki came pretty close, especially with season 2. But Agatha All Along was, I don't even know what the words are, but it basically went past all expectations on this. I mean, it started out as a secondary character on WandaVision, that everybody sort of just was like, oh, okay, she's the nosy neighbor. And you don't really put it together until things start happening where you find out who she really is and all that. But, you know, you just think, well, this is sort of a one-off thing on WandaVision and everything. And Wanda turned into the Scarlet Witch at the end and the whole thing. But she was such a huge popular character with all of the viewers.
Oh, yeah.
But the next thing you know, she's going to get her own show. It took a little while to get there, but she, you know, I just thought it was amazing. Talk about character development. I mean, it's like the people in that show playing the characters that they were. The casting was perfect. Patti LuPone was a brilliant choice to cast in that show. Just Catherine Hahn is unbelievable. She can do anything anyway, but this just had such a huge range for her. And, just bringing the whole sort of Maximov story back together too, about Billy and all of that. It's nice because, like you were saying before, people say all the time, like, always is Wanda or Scarlet Witch going to come back? Well, I don't think there's any question now, but it's just, I loved that show. And I was really sad when it was over because I just wanted more, especially how they walked out at the end and, the dialogue at the end just put you right there as there's going to be more of something with them, whether it's a season 2, whether it's just going to be part of, the films or something like that, they're going to be back. But, I just hope that they win like all the awards and everything. It was just really wonderful. And the best thing I've seen on television in a while that was so fresh and new and so different, I like the whole witch and sorcerer end of Marvel anyway. So it just really made it even better.
Yeah. I mean, I think, we had a pretty gushing conversation about it when we did our long, review of, I think it was the first 2 episodes, which, is on the channel now. If you want to go look at that. It just was a show that, we were, loving the first 2 episodes, and it just got better and better and better and better and better every single week after week at like a commensurate rate. Like it kept stepping itself up every week to where, I would say there's maybe a stumbling block in like episode 3 or 4 where it's like, oh, okay, it's another escape room. But then even that one, it's like, it's just to get us to the next point for the characters to make the next big discovery, which I just thought the way that it kept unfolding itself and the kind of the way that WandaVision did with Jack Schaefer, having written both of them, the way that it just kept kind of unfolding itself to the audience and to the characters was just fantastic. And I just thought Joe Locke was just an incredible debut and addition for a new character in the MCU.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too where you're watching it and you finally think you're to the point where you understand where she's coming from, what's happening, and then all of a sudden you get the legitimate backstory at the end of what actually she was doing all those years.
Yeah.
So it's like you really think they're wrapping it up, and instead they throw you another bombshell.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah. So it was just amazing. It's one of those things that just leaves you wanting more, which is what they want. Obviously, there's all sorts of rumors and things going around that there's going to be a season 2, whether there is or not. We probably won't know for sure for a while. Who knows? But yeah, there's definitely a future for some of those characters in movies and everything. I could see them being in like the next Doctor Strange, because like I said, the sorcerers and the witches seem to blend well together in the Marvel universe. But that's the best thing. The next one will be Penguin, but I could go on about that for hours. So I won't.
Yeah, another show that I'm sure we'll probably be talking about more.
Yeah,
before the year is out for sure.
Well, welcome back, you guys. That's probably the best thing that's happened all year.
There you go.
You guys coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. It just seemed the right time to get everything going again, and in this new exciting way where we get to kind of reach out to people who watch, people who listen, people who just tune in randomly, everything like that. So definitely appreciate you calling in, and whatever the topic might be next week, or if we're doing call-ins next week, hope to hear from you again.
Okay, thanks.
All right.